What's going on, everybody? It's Anthony Russo. We have got Truth Will Set You Free starting in about 45 minutes. We got Suni, we got Casey, Kevin from Liberty Revolt, and a very special guest, Ken Good. I'm going to get my face ready, wake up a little bit. We got a great show, so make sure you join us. I know I put this up on my personal page to entice you. There's been a great conversation going on about Simon Biles leaving the Olympic competition or not competing with the team. So I am definitely going to talk about that a little bit on tonight's show. We're kicking it off with Ken Good. He is a bail attorney. He's an attorney that does a lot with the issues with bail reform. We also we're gonna talk to him about what's going on in Texas, but we're gonna ask him some questions about what's going on with the DC protesters as well, in terms of the way bail is just changing the face of law in this country, and the fact that this was one of the biggest things that was going on in Texas before the Texas Dems left and abandoned their job to go to DC and catch COVID and all that good stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about Biden's misinformation. If anybody watched the January 6th commission, we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. So again, we got special guest Ken Good on the show, attorney from the state of Texas. And we're going to talk about, I know if anybody's watching from my personal page, I think the conversation has been fantastic regarding Simone Biles. I said she wasn't the GOAT because of her quitting. However, people have had some very valid responses. And I think that's the key with conversation, is to see why they still feel she's the greatest of all time. And, talent-wise, she probably is. I want to have this conversation a little bit more on the show. I know Suni, not a big fan of gymnastics or this conversation, but the interaction that we have had on my personal page is exactly what we look for in a conversation. So let's see what we got. We got some comments in the box. What's going on, guys? Again, we are starting in 45 minutes. So make sure you join back. I like all the comments in there. Yeah. So I know people disagree. People are like, Anthony, I never disagree with you on stuff, but I disagree here. And you know what? It was a engaging conversation. It was the whole point. I said, tell me why I'm wrong. And people told me why they disagreed. I loved it. Personally, that's the way conversations are meant to be. So great show tonight. Again, pretty excited for the beginning of the show. Ken Good joining us, attorney from Texas. Going to talk about bail reform, all the issues going on, and how big of a deal this is, and the fact that we don't talk about it enough. We talked so much about coronavirus and all the other issues between Republicans and Democrats, when this is something that needs to change, especially if we believe in prison reform, which supposedly today's Democrats, should have been their biggest thing. However, it's Trump that really passed that kind of stuff. Let's see. We'll talk about the Capitol with him. And let's see what else we got. NBC. Oh, there's a change to an NBC News article. Originally wrote something that has been changed. That is almost like it never happened. Sometimes in news you get an edit. It'll say edited from. Well, guess what? Not edited. Biden's got misinformation when he talks to the public, and it was spread on social media. Of course, it's still up. It's still up. Whoever wants to post it up there, it's up there. He can say what he wants. Kind of like when he said that if you are V-worded, guess what? You can't get hospitalized. There's no hospitalizations for COVID with those that have had the V word. Hey, still on the internet, but you know what? You can say what you want, apparently, as long as you're going with the pro-V area. Anyways, guys, I am looking at a couple. She quit. She had mental anguish. But there was I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a preview. Todd Narson, in one of my comments, had a fantastic response for it. And it was, talking about everything that the athletes this year are facing that is different. I still believe that this disqualifies the GOAT thing because it's about mental toughness. But again, what they're going through right now is unprecedented. So that's part of the discussion. Anyways, guys, I will see you guys tonight. We got a decent crowd watching now, and I hope all of you join for Truth Will Set You Free starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific for those Californians that have not left for Texas or Florida yet. I will catch you guys later, and I'll see you at 9 o'clock Eastern.